So I had this really crazy conversation with Spencer Cornelia. True story. It was on the Echoes from Above. He had a live stream, and Scott Schaefer was there as well. And if you kind of know the sort of YouTube drama, you probably know these people. And it was very odd because I noticed on the stream that Spencer just telling a bunch of lies and half truths, and I just feel like, I got to come up and confront this guy because when you see someone lying the same way like people sell these scamming classes that you see on YouTube, you got to say something. And so I called Spencer out, and it was very interesting because Spencer continues to defend his FTX promoting friends. He continues to do that. And I think that's a real problem. And this reminded me, and I'm just want to remind you, you are the average of your five closest friends. So, for example, if all of your friends are scamming people, selling scamming classes, promoting Ponzi schemes, right? Then you think that's normal because, like, whoa, everyone's doing it. We're all promoting Ponzi's. Like, everyone must be doing it. And it was very interesting because, like, Spencer was accusing Scott and I of, doing these kind of things. And, like, literally, I was like, flat out, Spencer, I don't, like, take money from shady companies. And Spencer even said, like, oh, okay, so I took money from established titles. Like, I didn't hurt anybody, right? No one got hurt, so everything's okay, right? And it's a true story. And it was just a couple minutes later, then Spencer admitted that he did hurt a couple people. It's like so ridiculous. Like he was lying within the span of a couple minutes. And this is something that it's really difficult to talk with a shady person like Spencer. And I don't make this video just about Spencer. It's not really about him. It's about hanging out with legitimate people. If you are hanging out with a bunch of quick rich people, people like your Kevins or your Grahams or Andre, these kind of people, or your Jeremy LaFufu, whatever his name is, these kind of people, like you think that's normal. And this is something I really want to warn you about is just think about it. Just look in your life that you are the average of your five closest friends. And do you think that your friends, the people around you, do you think they're respectable people? Like, are they the kind of people that you aspire to be? And if not, try to figure out how can you put yourself in a situation to where you're around people that inspire you and that you want to be. Did you guys see what I'm saying here and why this is important? I'll give you examples. So we just made a video, or I just made a video, just the one right before this, talking about, say you're working in the mailroom, and we'll use examples. Let's say you get a job at CA, which is an agency in Hollywood, or you get a job at, say, JP Morgan, which is, right, a big bank investment place, and Wall Street, something like that. Or maybe you want to work at, say, Boston Scientific, something like that, or any company that you like. Let's say you want to work at Tesla or whatever, and you come in with a bunch of new hires, right? And there's five of you, and you look around at the other people you get hired with and come in with, and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm such in a good situation where everyone around me is working hard. We're all trying to achieve what we want in our careers, and you feel very comfortable saying that. I'm proud that these people are my friends, and they sort of like push me to be a better person. I push them to be a better person, and that is a positive environment. The thing is like when you get, say, for example, the example of living in Vegas, and everyone in Vegas is like going to the horse track all the time, and they're going to the strip clubs and all things like, and like just take a step back and ask yourself, is that sort of what I aspire to be? Like, do I aspire to be the owner of the strip club in Vegas, right? See, this is the kind of thing to where sort of the environment that you're in really affects what you think about, affects how you talk, and it also affects sort of what you think is normal and what you think is moral. And it was really an odd feeling to talk to the Spencer guy. I haven't had this situation. I had to think back for a long time. It was like so bizarre. And I'm just sharing with you guys. So like immediately going on to the stream, Spencer's like, Chris is the biggest idiot on YouTube. That's literally how the conversation started. And I was kind of being joking about, oh, you're attacking me and stuff like that. But it's like, what do you do when like someone just comes out of the date calling you names and stuff? And then even too in my parting, he's then was like, even called me a piece of s, and four-letter word, and it's like I have to respond back immediately. And so it's I think, and I'm just sharing with you guys, I think you shouldn't back down from said people, be it scammers, liars, these kind of things. Like, for example, this is a real thing. Let's say you, go to a car dealership, and they promise you, and this happened to me when I was a kid, they promise they're going to fix your air conditioning. It's a real thing. The car dealership literally said but it wasn't in writing, right? I was a kid, I didn't know. And you go back, and like they're not going to fix it. And like literally, I would sit there for a week until they fixed anything, and they eventually just didn't fix it because they're a bunch of liars. And you learn kind of very quickly that you just don't want to do business with certain kinds of people. And so I just want to share this with you. I'm just sharing my life experience. I'll try to. I'm sure you'll find the details of the video if you really want to see it. I'm just telling you what it is. Spencer and I had a little bit of confrontation, but I don't really want to focus on that because this isn't really about Spencer per se. What it's really about is I want you to think about, like I said, in your life, who are your five closest friends? You are the average of that, and are they the people that inspire you and make you a better person? And be honest about that. And I can just tell you guys, I have always tried to just keep putting myself in better situations in order to succeed. And sometimes it's not nice. Sometimes you have to break relationships with people that are bringing you down. That is a real fact of life. That is a hard truth, right? And sometimes, some people are bad influences on you. That is also a very real thing. And you got to put yourself in situations to where people are going to be building you up and putting you in situations to where they're also getting you to think about things that are also good for you and pushing you forward. So this is sort of why I do this channel, just reminding me why I do this with you guys. Because I know, guys, I really know when I was in high school, there just wasn't really anyone around me that inspired me. I really know. I grew up in a rural town in Oregon. There wasn't really anyone around. My high school had like 30% dropout. You guys may not know I'm a high school dropout. I ended up going to college. Yes, ultimately I did, but it was a struggle. I went to a horrible place. There were criminals in my high school, and so my dream when I was a kid was to get into a better place, to be around better people. I know it doesn't sound nice that some people are better than others, but it just frankly is true, right? Do you want to hang out with a bunch of criminals all your life? And my answer to myself was no, I don't. That's why I studied really hard to pull myself out is the most that I could. And God, just hanging out with that Spencer guy just reminded me of like, oh my God, there's just some people you do not want to associate at all with. So I hope you understand the message of this thing. I don't want to focus too much on the drama. It's not really about that. It's just about putting yourself in positions to succeed and putting yourself to be around other people that are going to help you get there. So hope you guys understand. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next video.